got to be a little bit crazy to step in front of these shots, right?
All right, you've seen 90 Feet with Jay Billis, where he walks with an athlete down a basketball court, gets to know him, kind of peel back the curtain. We're doing that, pun intended, peeling back the curtain with Savannah Bananas head coach Tyler Gillum, walking from home back to home here. So if I do my math right, 360 feet.
I know the entire Maxwell family's been waiting to hear this, or waiting to do this. So I'm going to let the Maxwell family toss it back to you, Greg. All right, we need a big cheer for Purnell now.
Jesus, take the wheel.
I'm out of breath. Take it away. How do you think I did?
You held your ground. Yeah, you held your ground. I think you saved about 30% of the shots.
Yeah, I got any shot at making the team. I mean, my eligibility's gone, but in an alternate universe. You know, college kids will find any way to stay cool during the South Georgia summer. Now, Roadside Creek, probably not the most popular location on the list, but for Georgia Southern football players, dipping in this creek is actually a rite of passage. Perfection in sports is rarely attainable. The New England Patriots 2007 season was spoiled in the Super Bowl. The Golden State Warriors blew a 3-1 lead, but I think Georgia Southern offensive lineman Jake Edwards pulled off the impossible yesterday. He rocked the Fu Manchu with style as Georgia Southern kicked off bowl week. They walk this bridge every year, stepping into the first practice of a new season. This year, Georgia Southern football hopes to soar atop the Sun Belt Conference. Georgia Southern without its starting quarterback to start fall camp. Shai Werts was arrested Wednesday during a traffic stop, and police say they found cocaine residue on the hood of his car. Coach Chad Lunsford told me he's learned more about this Georgia Southern football team since the passing of offensive lineman Jordan Wiggins. Most importantly, when adversity threatened to tear this team apart, they grew closer and became more like family. All right, folks, we are in the middle of an overtime game between Georgia Southern and Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina needs to convert this third down to continue this game. Georgia Southern up a score right now. I do want to tell you, though, it's been a very soggy Saturday afternoon here inside Paulson Stadium. It was this time last year that Georgia Southern football was parading off the field as Camellia Bowl champions. But fast forward 1 year later, and they're walking off the field on the wrong side of a 23-16 loss to Liberty in the Cure Bowl. It's been nearly a decade since Georgia has lost to South Carolina at home. If South Carolina wants to reverse that trend, they'll have to battle this crowd and the number 3 team in the country between the hedges.
A lot of kids from the Savannah area making big impacts today for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and Demetrius made the headlines because he caught that touchdown pass from Jake Fromm, which tied this game when the Georgia Bulldog offense looked stagnant. I think he played a little bit of cat and mouse with us at the press conferences when he said, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if we fall down 10, maybe even 14-0 early on just because this Georgia Southern offense is so hard to prepare for. Meanwhile, he knows in his back pocket he's done this at the SEC level, and he can do it with a Liberty Flames team that is hungry.
You can, in fact, air it out. You got what it takes to replicate what you just did.
My message to Georgia is, I find your weakest corner, we're going to pick on them all game.
Where do you get this confidence? I need this confidence. Where do you get this?
My confidence, I didn't have nothing growing up, so I taught myself how to play football all life. I didn't have anybody growing up.
Welcome back to the WSAV Sports Now podcast. I am sports reporter and anchor Connor Del Preach. They gave up more yards than most Sun Belt teams have given up this year to really good teams at halftime. The defense is awful. They are terrible. Georgia State, fraud team for me. You beat Tennessee. That's great. You barely beat Furman. I want to know from y'all, what is your go-to sports month? Mine's October. And I don't want to be prisoner of the moment, but I see playoff baseball. I see NFL where most every single team, unless your name's the Dolphins or the Bengals or the Jets, you're still in the mix. Dude told me he wanted 1,000 yards this year. It'd be 2,000 after he's done with it. A run like this certainly helps. My dad always tells me you got to dance with the woman you brought. So, got to give it back to Markel Brown. He makes guys look very foolish out there. Rakim White, just one of those guys that can't be guarded at points. You just got mossed. Find you a running back that sells out like Abdul Ara. Truck stick. Put the kid in Madden already, man. So how about the play call from Ken Cribb? Shamar Taylor going to get the pass, hesitates, then a little hook and ladder to Khalees Hadley. Ran right by your living room. The equipment team is really going to love Justin Thomas. He is untouched, galloping through that Yellow Jackets defense, not a stain on his jersey as he puts 6 more points on the board. Jake Wasden won't let anyone get between him and pay dirt. Not even his chin strap. Thing's hanging off his helmet as he tosses the ball back to the ref. A football guy. All of a sudden, the offense started slowing down, though. Davin Widener finds nowhere to go. He's dropped like a bad habit. Sean Cooley slings it. Comes down from orbit into Joel Osteen's hands. No, not that Joel Osteen, but he's preaching the good word of the long bomb early. Ball is poked out, and the big boy, Bryce Paschke, he's running with it. With a full crew of teammates leading the way,
Most points scored in program history tonight, no doubt. One of my favorite moments of the night, though, Christian Johnson Hall comes over to me and says, if I make a big play, put me on the news. Well, Mr. Johnson Hall, congratulations. You made it, man. Recovers this fumble. And then look at this. He's going to put a dude on skates. Whoop. See ya. Markel Brown, Kid Quail showing off the stick-em on his gloves. Look at that. Dude has skill for days. He's pushed out of bounds. Fall camp starts out on a sour note.
Adversity is going to happen. There's going to be bumps in the road.
A big bump in the road for Georgia Southern football.
Good. Pop, pop. Quick feet.
Star quarterback Shai Werts and defensive end Quan Griffin both arrested leading up to the first day of practice. Werts, coming off a near flawless season, was pulled over in Saluda, South Carolina, charged with speeding and misdemeanor possession of cocaine after officers reportedly found residue on the hood of his car. Law enforcement arrested Griffin in Florida. He's facing 8 charges, including aggravated battery and burglary.
Anytime things happen like this, you know, it's definitely gonna hurt and bother you and all that kind of stuff. But again, young people, and we got to look into it and see what happens.
As the first practice of the 2019 season wrapped up, teammates struck the same tune.
We just want to keep him in our prayers, you know, just hit him up, make sure everything good.
He didn't talk to us about it, but we're here to support. No matter what, we're here to support. It's a brotherhood here, and that's what we're going to stand on.
Those are brothers through anything, through thick and thin. When the good times come, when the bad times come, it's going to be my brothers regardless. You know, I love them, and we're just going to support them through anything.
Coach Lunsford suspended both Werts and Griffin indefinitely. Fans will have to wait until the law takes its course to see how long these suspensions last. Until the decision comes, the Eagles are focused on the guys they do have for 2019.
And I think our guys understand that, hey, it's either a next man up or it's, you know, become closer as a football team and continue to bond.
An unusual sight for fans as they make their way through the Savannah Bananas ticket gate.
Are we gonna do the little G?
Welcome to the Dad Bod cheerleading squad. A bunch of guys willing to let it all hang out.
Woo!
For the vision set forth by owner Jesse Cole.
So when Jesse did this, he said, I don't really want people that's thin and trim and really had cheerleading experience. G little O.
Marty Jones just turned 59, and he gets home from game nights a little sore. But it's all worth it.
So I've literally, since the first season, I've been trying to find a way that I can be part of what we call the show.
Marty was the hard-to-miss fan, decked out in wild outfits when the team first came to Savannah in 2016.
I mean, I'm a businessman, but I tell people I'm not a great businessman, but I am a great people person.
So when the opportunity came to take his talents to the next level,
it was destiny.
From rabid fan to crazy man, Nana.
I feel like I'm like one of the ball players in a sense because, you know, we're entertaining the fans.
Can I take a picture of you?
Sure.
The curious looks are soon replaced with smiles as Marty and the crew bust out some moves.
Be honest with you, it's just freelance dancing.
Which makes it much easier to join in with the Savannah Man-Anna.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
There's little choreography, and Marty doesn't pretend to know the words. But that's kind of the point. It's a group of guys, rain or shine, trying to bring dad bods back in style. All the while having the time of their lives.
Go Bananas!
To play our best.
It's game day.
We give you all the glory and honor
For Calvary Day.
Hey, have fun. Go get him.
Time to hit the road.
Here we go.
For an away game up in Macon.
We coming for y'all, Stratford. Be ready. Let's go.
There's a spot in the Final Four on the line, as if they needed any more motivation.
Going up against Calvary Day.
They put on a basketball podcast, which predicts they'll lose.
And we know that what we can do, so it doesn't really matter what anybody has to say.
Don't get the wrong idea. It's not just X's and O's on the team bus. These girls know how to have fun.
The bus is always high. And I love us to fly when need the sun and the rain.
Not to be outdone.
I drop beats, I mix, I produce.
Nevaeh Hamilton steps up to the mic.
Okay. You see how the crowd feeling me?
Never a dull moment in the back rows.
I'm used to it.
Tinley Smeltzer has learned to tune them out, especially when she's got deadlines at school.
We just know we'll be home late tonight. We might as well get it done.
From the bookworms
It's student before athlete. So you
to the girls with tired eyes, each Cav has a different bus routine. Together, they are family.
It's kind of hard for me to open up, but you know, with them around, they're always laughing, they're always joking, so it always becomes easier over time.
It's 2 hours before tip, and they've made a stop.
I get in game mode after I get off the bus.
Time for the shoot-around.
Give me the 5 that started out the last game.
Still relaxed, still loose, just getting a feel for the ball. Dropping through the bottom of the net.
We go 100% every single time.
Good. Finish it.
We don't take any days off.
An hour has passed. Time to head over to the main gym.
Defense!
1, 2, 3.
Forward!
After another shoot-around, it's back to the locker room.
That's what we came up here for.
A pregame pep talk,
Don't leave anything out there.
followed by a prayer.
Lady Cavs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Lady Cavs!
6 hours after they first left Savannah. It's game time. Stratford Academy stands between Calvary Day and a ticket to the Final Four. The Cavs come out sluggish. Calvary Day heads into the halftime locker room down 7.
Offensively, we got to execute.
Halftime adjustments will be crucial
Rebound, 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 and play hard defense.
if the Cavs hope to keep their season alive.
Come back and win the game. That's what we do now, ladies.
Message received. Freshman Michaela Primo would lead a ferocious comeback. And the Cavs jump ahead. With 10 seconds left, they need to make a stop on defense to seal the win. Calvary Day, Final Four bound. Charity Carter, a senior leader, has never been.
Can't stop being emotional. I mean, it's just a lot. My senior year, I love these girls.
Great job, ladies.
Just seeing her cry, I was just like, you know, like realization, like, man, this is what we actually want. We won this.
Smiles and hugs all around. It's all setting in.
To be in the Final Four right now with your teammates, something that
A perfect ending to a long but successful trip. There's a buzz surrounding the Wayne County Yellow Jackets this week. The new weight room turns these big guys into little kids on Christmas. And of course, a second straight region championship is on the line.
I'm definitely taking it all in and getting ready to give it everything I got, finish strong.
It's Ashby Cribb's last regular season game at Wayne County, a place he's called home for the last 2 years.
I haven't been here too long, but you know, it's like they're my family.
And there's one member that stands out.
He understands what I do better than anyone.
A connection that runs deeper than football.
I'm sure he's a little bit harder on me, but at home he's my dad, on the field he's my coach.
Coach Ken Cribb and his son helped deliver back-to-back winning seasons for the first time in school history.
Well, it's been great. I love playing for my dad. Something we worked really hard for, and we've been blessed.
The Cribbs live and breathe football during the day, sure, but they've learned to turn off the switch.
We don't talk any football at the house hardly ever. He thinks he's a professional fisherman, so there's his biggest hobby. I don't know whether I say he owns it or I own some really nice equipment, some fishing equipment.
I'll leave that up for the Cribbs to sort out. One thing they can agree on, though, come final whistle in his final game, Ashby will be missed.
Yeah, I dread it. More than I can tell you, it's going to be tough. But it's just, he played 9th grade ball for me as 8th grader, and he's been a starter for me every varsity game for the last 4 years. So, yeah, it's going to be tough.
Growing up as a kid, I always look forward to playing for him. I love my dad. It's been the best 4 years. I wouldn't want to play for anybody else. I think my dad is the best high school football coach in the nation, hands down.
And hey, if all goes according to plan, it'll be a family affair on the sidelines down the road.
He's going to be a coach, so we'll have 4 or 5 years he'll be off playing, and then hopefully get him on staff and hire him to be one of our coaches.
Like father, like son.